out there. This is Dan Ryan, and I'm here with Human Capital Connection. My guest this morning is David Cooper. First, before I talk with David, I'd like to tell you a little bit more about Human Capital Connection. Human Capital Connection is part of the Social Media Connection. Our intent with HMC is to actually help people understand what human capital assets are, how they affect your business, and how you can improve the human capital assets you have, both as an individual and as a business owner. Having David here today, David, it's a pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you, Dan.
David, I've been looking at a little bit some of the work you've done, and I'm really intrigued with work that you have done about becoming a master recruiter. Tell me more about what you're doing to help people become master recruiters.
Thank you, Dan. Well, you know, one of the interesting things about our team here at Social Media Connection, it's so exciting for me to watch the different paradigms that the different show hosts come from. You come from the world of executive recruiting, and so much of my process over these past 35, 36 years has been in direct sales recruiting. And so I've been a teacher and trainer for so many years on soft sell recruiting, when someone is bringing someone into a home-based business or a direct sales business. And what I've done so often through the years, I put a kind of a spiritual tone in so many of my workshops and seminars and boot camps. You know, it was great for me to have grown up in a Christian home. I'm the 8th out of 10 kids. By the time I was in the 4th grade, could go from Genesis to Revelation, turn around and go backwards. By the time I was in the 8th grade, had over 1,000 scriptures memorized. And so one of my favorites is in Matthew chapter 7, verse 7. It says, "Ask, and it shall be given you. Seek, and you shall find. Knock, and the door shall be opened." So really and truly, through all these years, I've used that little soft sell way of asking. So I train sales leaders how to use soft questions and in their early conversational process with someone who could become a candidate or a potential recruit, using questions like, I teach them all about smiling and nodding. I say, don't be aggressive, but have sincerity, have genuineness, have authentic belief in that there might be a possible connection. So some of the, I'm always training people between 75 and 101 positive soft sell questions. And so in the recruitment process, in the direct sales industry, using questions like, wouldn't it be interesting? Wouldn't it be interesting to discover? Wouldn't it be interesting to discover how some other, either blank, such as companies, or blank person, wouldn't it be interesting to discover how other people with circumstances somewhat similar to yours have already used our blank, our software, our product, our whatever it is to help them have more blank, achieve more blank, and enjoy more blank. Wouldn't it make sense for us to spend 30 minutes just doing the discovery to see if there might be a potential connection there? Wouldn't that be valuable? And so, wouldn't it be interesting to learn? Can you see the value in? Doesn't it make sense to? Isn't it reassuring to find? Are you looking forward to? Don't you feel that you deserve? And so when I start teaching and training in those seminars, all these soft, non-threatening, non-aggressive, non-pushy, non-pressure ways to use the soft sell questions, that's part of what is kind of fun for me. You are in a major upper league in the world of executive recruitment, whereas mine are more for the home-based business people. But the beautiful truth is this. Matthew 7:7 still works. Ask and it shall be given you, seek and you shall find, knock and the door shall be opened. And the other great scripture that says, you have not, because you ask not. So, to answer your question, how to become a master recruiter? The master recruiter is the one who has respect for what the other person is coming from. The master recruiter doesn't want to bowl them over. Doesn't want to have it where they are bullying them in the conversational process. A master recruiter has that soft spirit, that quiet way, and is able to smile, nod, and use the soft questions in such a way the person feels comfortable. I say that before you can really have a possibility, you've got to get comfortable, competent, confident to become a master recruiter. And so it's all based on that soft way of questioning expertise and proficiency. So is that a little bit helpful to know what it is?
David, that's just beautiful, and I really appreciate the fact that it has such a strong underpinning. As a recruiter, and I work with candidates and I work with clients, having candidates who are prepared means having candidates who understand not only who they are, but also understanding how to ask the right question.
Yeah.
Because I know that when I talk to someone, if they are really prepared, they're going to be asking the question that tells me that they have prepared and they actually know why we're here. So understanding when to question, how to question, and also just being able to sell using a system very much like yours is just so important for candidates who want to be successful in today's job market. David, it's really I really appreciate the wisdom you've shared. Any other closing thoughts as we get ready to wrap up today's show?
Well, I would. I think it's valuable for someone to always understand when you consider your core competencies and your skills, your proficiencies, remember this: knowledge is what you know. Wisdom is what you do with what you know. So, Dan, it was a delight for you to have me as a guest on your show. Thank you so much.
David, it's just been a pleasure to have you here on Human Capital Connection. And please come back, stay tuned. We're going to have a number of other shows coming up on Human Capital Connection. Again, I'm Dan Ryan. It's been a pleasure to have you here with us this morning. Have a great day.